Money. The precious little paper that people kill for, die for, and most tragically, live for. I know. Society tells you it's all about earning your place in the world, building your money, securing your future. But let's take off the mask, shall we? Strip away the fluff and the pleasant words that make people comfortable, and let's get to the ugly truth. Money isn't power. It's the illusion of power. And why do I enjoy that? Because that implies people would do anything, absolutely anything for that delusion. Look around. People use money to identify themselves. They wear it like a shiny badge of honor, hoping it'll keep the wolves at bay. You see them in their immaculate suits and polished shoes, stepping on each other to get to the top, thinking that pile of riches will give them control. But here's the cosmic joke. Money isn't control. It governs them. Money is the greatest puppeteer the world has ever seen. Tugs the strings, makes you dance, and the best part? You assume you're in control. Oh, the irony. People dedicate their life to amass it, hoard it, and guard it. But at the end of the day, they're the puppets in a huge game, dangling on strings, jumping to the rhythm of the almighty dollar. You want to see the actual power of money? Watch it make the people quarrel. Watch it convert families into enemies, friends into foes, and lovers into strangers. Money is a puppeteer with a nasty sense of humor. It promises safety, stability, and success, but in reality, it makes you a slave. You're not seeking wealth, you're chasing the concept of power. An idea instilled in you by society, maintained by fear, and fed by greed. People imagine that by gaining wealth, they'll finally be free. But they've been lied to, haven't they? Oh yes, they have. You see, money doesn't set you free. It binds you closer with every dime. Greed isn't a path to freedom. It's a prison cell, painted in gold. And the more you have, the more you fear losing it. The chains get thicker, yet you cling to them as if they were wings. And I find it amusing. All that ambition, all that stress. For what? So you can find up bound by your own greed, enslaved to your own stuff. You're prisoners in cages you've fashioned out of paper notes and dazzling coins, imagining you're kings and queens. But here's a question for you. Can you truly be free when you're frightened of losing what you've got? Now, let's speak about power. Real power. Not the petty type that money buys, the true kind that gives you control over people's thinking, their actions, their choices. See, people think money gives them power because they can purchase things, possess things, maybe even command a few people here and there. But that's a cheap trick. Real power is significantly more subtle. It's invisible. It's the power to shape a person's world, to manage their fears and desires without them even recognizing it. Money can't buy that type of power. Not really. Money is a tool, a prop, a stage on which actual power plays out. But here's the rub. People are so mesmerized by money, they never pause to look behind the curtain. They're so preoccupied stacking bills, they don't notice they're being played. And that's the secret, guys. Money makes people predictable. It makes them feeble. It offers them something to lose, something to fear. And a person who's afraid, they're easy to control. Now we're getting to the juicy part. Fear. That's where the true power rests. Because if you can make someone frightened of losing what they have, they'll do anything to keep it. They'll sell their values, betray their friends, and follow commands without question. Money might buy you influence, but fear buys you devotion. And loyalty is priceless. The rich fear poverty. The poor fear staying poor. Everyone is terrified of something, and money is the easiest way to tap into that anxiety. Want to control a man? Make him terrified of losing his fortune. Want to own a crowd? Convince them they'll be protected if they have enough. That's how you transform society into your playground. You offer them a taste of security, a pinch of stability, and watch as they become slaves to their own concerns. But don't get me wrong. Money may be powerful if you know how to handle it. Most folks, though, they let money wield them. They let it turn them like drones, pursuing one paycheck after another, all for the promise of ease. But money, in the right hands, becomes something even more dangerous. It becomes a weapon. And a weapon, unlike a tool, has the capacity to transform the world. Imagine this: you could use money to build, to create, to inspire. Or you may use it to ruin, to corrupt, to bring people to their knees. Most people don't comprehend this distinction. They're too busy hoarding it to recognize what they're holding. But those who do understand, well, they know that money isn't about possessing things. It's about making things happen your way. I enjoy chaos. Chaos is freedom, and money is the catalyst. People think money creates order, that it stabilizes society. But that's the deception we tell ourselves. Money brings out the worst in people, and in the right or wrong hands, it can be used to unleash sheer bedlam. You've seen it. Look at any significant catastrophe, and you'll find someone somewhere making a profit. That's the genuine beauty of money. It thrives in turmoil. People are terrified, they panic, and those who understand the game step in and assume control. They buy up assets, they take over markets, they own the politicians who create the laws. Money isn't about peace and order. It's about the opportunity to capitalize on calamity. But here's the punchline. The more you chase it, the less you perceive the truth. Money won't buy you love, respect, or real happiness. And that's the ultimate joke, isn't it? People chase it their whole lives, expecting it'll provide them some sense of worth, some sense of meaning. But money doesn't care about you. It doesn't care if you live or die, if you succeed or fail. It's only paper, empty, and yet you let it govern you. Funny thing, isn't it? Money is empty, yet humans imbue it with significance. They give it their aspirations, their dreams, their very lives. They think the bundle of money in their hand will give them some kind of meaning. But all it gives you is a false sense of security. You cling to it, thinking it'll shield you, but all it does is make you vulnerable, reliant. And there, my friends, is the real tragedy. Money makes people think they can purchase their way to freedom. But freedom isn't for sale. You want to be free? Let go of the dread. Let go of the need to possess, to own, to control. True freedom is beyond the reach of money, beyond the reach of fear. True freedom is understanding that you have nothing to lose. People who comprehend this, they're dangerous. You can't buy them, you can't control them, because they perceive money for what it really is: a game, a tool, an illusion. The globe may bow to the dollar, but true power doesn't care about wealth. Real power is indestructible. Real power doesn't need money. It commands respect, inspires fear, shapes destinies. And that, my friends, is what they don't want you to see. So what's it going to be? Will you keep playing the game, chasing the next dollar, letting money define who you are? Or will you break free, see past the illusion, and take charge of your own fate? Money may dominate the world, but it doesn't have to rule you. And once you see that, once you break free, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Real power doesn't come from what you have. It comes from what you can give, from what you can take away. Real power is the ability to live without fear, to act without hesitation, to walk away from the constraints that bound others. Money's a funny thing. It's valuable only as long as you believe in it. So why not cease believing? Why not start living? After all, isn't life supposed to be about more than a number in a bank account? Isn't life supposed to be about freedom, adventure, chaos? That's what I believe. That's what gives me power. Not money, but the freedom to laugh at the people who let it dominate them, to view the world for what it really is, a wonderful, chaotic mess. So here's to the true power, the power to live, to love, to laugh, and yes, to generate a little mayhem. And that, my friends, is priceless.